The number of confirmed deaths has passed 200. The governor has called a state of emergency.
There are hundreds and hundreds of bodies.
Hello there, Serafim17 once again. This is my Last of Us Survivor Difficulty video walkthrough. This is Chapter 9, the bus depot. We're on the highway exit, and this is spring. And as you can see, we've got different outfit for the characters, different setting, different everything. And boy, does this place look beautiful. This is one of my favourite parts of the game, because it just looks so damn good. And you know the coolest thing about this area, about this level in general, in my opinion? I don't think you fight a single thing. All this is exposition, it's character building, it's exploration, it's salvaging. It's my favourite parts of The Last of Us. And don't get me wrong here, I love the action, guys, I love the combat. I prefer the combat with humans than I do with the infected, but I think this game is at its finest when you're learning about it. When you're learning about it in your own time, when you're making your way through this hostile world, I just think that that's great. And right there, I didn't really want to put those upgrade points into that skill. I just had so many, I felt obliged to put it in something. So if you're wondering why I did that, it's not necessary. It's just one of those things where when you have that many points, I always feel obligated to do something with them. But now that I know that this level is a little bit of respite as far as strategy goes, I don't have to talk everything The Last of Us. And if you're new to the channel and you're listening to this guide, I don't talk all the time exclusively about the strategy in the video. Sometimes I leave it up to the video to speak for itself. That way I can keep it, keep people entertained and part of the video, as opposed to just distancing themselves because I'm going over the same things over and over and over again. And nobody likes that. You've got to keep your audience engaged. That's the whole point of building a YouTube channel, I believe, is to interact with people and to keep them engaged with your content. So on this bit, we're going to be climbing over this bus. I wish you could search the cars. That's one of the things I just can't understand is not in the game. But things you're going to be seeing on the channel in the future, in the coming days, in that kind of stuff. We're in a very quiet moment for gaming because it's the console generation step, and come November, it's going to get real busy. November is prime time real estate for gaming, and I'm not too sure how this one's going to turn out, but I'm excited for it. Until then, though, it does give me flexibility as far as content on the channel. I have a Saints Row live playthrough that is unedited, filled with fails, filled with silliness, that I've been doing for quite some time now, which I will be finishing, so you've got that to look forward to and to be expecting. So please check that one out. It's a good series. I'm enjoying it, and a lot of people that watch it seem to be the more hardcore people on the channel, because I see the same names of people who are commenting and so forth. Also, I have the Demon Souls playthrough that's wrapping up. Obviously, anybody who's a Souls fan probably already knows about that series. It seems to have been a fun live playthrough, and I am going to try and do more live stuff. Not only is it easier and less strenuous when it comes to doing it, but it also diversifies it from the guides, because I want my guides to stand out, and it's one of the ways that I can give you diverse content that is not necessarily all the same. A couple of other things in the pipeline. I will be doing more Balls Deeps. They're just fun. They allow me to do quick looks of games that I have no intention of covering, and the last few I've done have got some really good responses from people, so that is pretty fun. The Master Race, the PC quick look stuff, there's a couple more of those coming. I've just got a game yesterday that I'm going to be doing one for that I'm really excited to play, because it looks a little bit like Gauntlet, and I really used to like Gauntlet when I was younger, so that's going to be something fun that's coming to the channel. Obviously, I'm going to be covering Splinter Cell. Splinter Cell Blacklist is going to be getting some massive coverage. It's probably the next title I'm going to be really going hard into. But a lot of people are asking about Blade Wolf DLC. Will I be covering it? I am going to cover it, guys. I'm just in no rush because the DLC is short. The DLC is kind of tough in a few places, but it's not going to kill you. It's not going to make people stop playing, because it's just not long enough to have that level of frustration. And I didn't really enjoy it, so I'm not buzzed to do it. And if I'm not buzzed to do something, I don't really want to do it. I'm still going to cover Blood Dragon because I really want to put some content of that up on the channel. I'm extremely late to it, but I don't mind because it's fun and I want to share my experiences with it. But that aside, it's probably just going to be things from my rental service. I do have commentaries that are going to come up, the multiplayer stuff that I do. You will be seeing more Dark Souls stuff. I've got a bunch of Black Ops 2 that I've not uploaded that I'm going to put up because I want to, feed the people that came for Call of Duty that have been malnourished and ignored. Because it's not intentional, guys. I'm just bummed out on Call of Duty at the moment. Bummed out on a lot of shooters, actually. Me and a friend played Aliens the other day, and it was just the hardest thing to play because it was so fucking bad. So bad, so uninspiring, so boring. We barely survived. We were drinking energy drinks and packets of crisps like fiends just to get through it. It was a toil. But this here is one of my favourite scenes on the game. I preferred it on my first time through, obviously, because I didn't know it was coming, and I didn't actually see the giraffe on the other room, because I was exploring, I was too late, and I walked in here, and it was, all of a sudden, random giraffe. And it's such a... It's just a beautiful scene, because this game is so desolate, it's so emotionally toiling on the player if you get into it, and this scene is completely ruined by the random floating leaf, which did not happen the first time, but it just had to do it, didn't you, Leaf? You had to steal the focus, and then you vanished without a trace like Nightcrawler or somebody on a bad connection. Motherfucker. But it's moments of hope in this bleak and dreary apocalypse that really make it resonate with you. And a lot of people have been mentioning how they've got emotional when playing the game, and they've cried, or they've got upset, or they've been affected, and it's a testament to the storytelling and to just how good the characters and the characterizations and their interaction with each other is on this game. Because for it to move you, you have to be invested in it, and for you to be invested in it, you have to believe it. And one of the things about games, which is my greatest argument about video game violence, is you can't digitally make people look real. We don't have the technology. They always look weird. Look at Arnie in Terminator Salvation. He looked like a fucking boiled egg. Like, you can tell when something is digital. Did you see Tron? Tron Evolution with Jeff Bridges? Fancy porcelain skin Jeff Bridges? It doesn't work. Our eye is so accurate that we immediately know that something is wrong. And it's the same with a game. You know a game is not real because it doesn't look real. It looks fantastic, and it looks so close to the best graphics that we can provide, but it doesn't look real. And that is the distance from that. So for you to be invested in these characters goes to show how good they've managed to make it, so that you blur that line between these are just polygons on a screen that I'm controlling with a character, these are ones and zeros, and I think that's amazing. I think that is a testament to the quality of The Last of Us, and this game is a milestone for the future of gaming, because storytelling has to keep evolving, storytelling has to keep getting better, because we can't continue with this cookie-cutter bullshit of guy saves the princess in the palace and jumps on the boss's head 3 times, the Russians are bombing us again, let's shoot everybody behind chest-high walls. That is not a fucking story, guys. This and Bioshock Infinite are at the forefront of video games can and should have good stories, and you do not have to sacrifice gameplay for the wealth and the fidelity of that story. And that gives me a lot of faith, it really does. But this moment here is a shit ton of tents, a shit ton of looting. There's going to be an upgrade for our tools, I believe. There's going to be a bench so that we can do some upgrading in itself. And we're just going to be getting as much salvage as we can before we push on into the next part of Chapter 9. So something to talk about while we have this void of essentially looting and painting by numbers is there's a secret trophy on this game. And it's for listening to all of Ellie's jokes. And I've only heard one of Ellie's jokes, because you have to kind of provoke them by standing around. And she'll do things. And one of the things that she'll do when you stand around in certain parts of the games is she'll pull out this book with her jokes in it. And if you get all of them, you get the achievement, or you get the trophy, sorry. But the trick with it is you have to stand in the right places to get them to trigger. And I think the class is hidden dialogues or optional dialogues, so to get the trophy for all the optional dialogues, I think you need to get those. And I'm tempted to try and put a video together with that kind of stuff in it. Like, I've already done the artwork from the game, which I got a copyright dispute on, because apparently, I think it's the music. It's got nothing to do with the video, it's the music, and the music is just the theme in this game that plays all the way through this fucking game. So whoever's trying to claim that copyright can go suck a big fat dick, because this is in accordance to fair use, bitch. There's the upgrade tools, by the way. So I'm disputing that currently, and hopefully when that comes and resolves itself, I'll be able to share it, because the artwork is fantastic, and it actually costs dollars in the game to unlock it all. And because I'd played it twice, and I'd done quite a lot of the tags, which are the dollar rewards, I was able to buy all of it, except for the one that you have to unlock. So I'll be able to show people if they want to buy it or not. And instead they can save their money for the skins, which I'm tempted to do a skins video to show you all the different outfits that Joel and Ellie can get, but I don't have the money for it on the game. I have to do more tags and do more things, and I'm wondering if the multiplayer is the best way to unlock money, because I'm going to try and cover the multiplayer, and hopefully that'll be two birds with one stone. But a joke video is definitely something that I could do. I think I'm going to do a montage of the violence, because I did a kill last night that I've not even seen before, where I knocked a guy down against a draw, and then I kneed him in the face, and it split his head, and it looked insanely graphic. So I might just get, every violent part of The Last of Us in one big, slickly cut together, edited piece of just sadomasochism, and it could be pretty fun. But here I am using the workbench, making the most of the 320, Tinker Toy bits that I've got. But there's nothing really much to say in this video, guys, so I'm going to let it just play out. But thank you for watching anyhow. I hope you enjoyed your stay here. I hope the guide helped, and you take care.
Yeah, it looks good.